Good evening, investors. Good morning, good afternoon, wherever you're listening and watching us from. Today is the 30th of December 2024. Welcome to our daily market update. Today, as we wrap up the year, we continue to see that the market has continued to go on a negative note. The Santa rally that we expected has not really materialize fully, but we might actually call it, a day, expecting a bigger rally from the Santa rally. Today, we thank you for joining us. So please, if you like everything we've been doing, all the updates we've been sharing from day to day, click the subscribe button, put on the notification bell so that anytime we release a new video, any updates, any of the very good information that will help you and your portfolio, you won't miss anything. So please support us by subscribing and putting on the notification bell. And also, please, everything we're doing and we're sharing is for educational purpose. Please consult your financial advisor and do your due diligence. So let's get right into what we have for you today. So today, like I said, the Santa Rally really hasn't finally or materialized fully. Yes, we had about 2 to 3 days before Christmas that we had that jump. S&P, Nasdaq, S&P 500, Nasdaq 100 continued to pull back. There was major sell-off when the market opened earlier today in the US. The market pulled back very much early, like I said, but the losses actually moderated. Nvidia, to an extent, actually went green. Palantir recovered from almost about 4%, negative of about 4%, and is trading, in a negative of less than 1% negative note. You know, Bitcoin continues to also pull back as well, and jumping to that second update, we can see that MicroStrategy is buying more Bitcoin. The stock, you know, today alone went down by about 7%. MicroStrategy released a new news updates that they bought 209 million worth of Bitcoin. This is the eighth consecutive purchase of the crypto. Additional 2,130. MicroStrategy now holds about 446,400 bitcoins. Why is this very important? It's very important because MicroStrategy has now fully positioned itself as a leverage ETF of sort for people who want to actually bet on Bitcoin and crypto in general. Whether this is going to have negative effect, whether Bitcoin is going to pull back and MicroStrategy stock might actually crater is yet to be seen. Bitcoin has now pulled back way below 106,000 that it went to. It's now about 94, 93,000 thereabout. And if you see the stock of Coinbase, of MicroStrategy itself, even Robinhood, many of them have actually pulled back to an extent. Even CleanSpark, which is one of the fast rising Bitcoin mining companies, yeah, they've seen their shares moderate and they pull back, significantly. What we see is that MicroStrategy will continue to buy, but we don't actually know for certain that if Bitcoin pulls back, this stock will not actually, go down by half. It's yet to be seen. Nvidia has finally, taken over on AI. The chip giant has sealed that deal. We made mention of this a couple of days ago before the Christmas holiday. 700 million deal is now in the bags. The deal has actually been sealed off after all the necessary regulatory approvals were actually received. Run AI, for me, to Nvidia, is going to actually help them to push the software side because Nvidia is known much more for its hardware, the chips, the processors, the GPUs that power the AI ecosystem. And I believe this acquisition is really, really a positive one for Nvidia because the software side of things is where the likes of Broadcom, the likes of Micron, A whole lot of other competitors of Nvidia might actually want to come in, and I believe Nvidia is just covering that aspect. 2025 really is when Nvidia will actually consolidate on this software acquisition, Run AI. The software doesn't necessarily work for any other ecosystem apart from the Nvidia infrastructure, but Nvidia is actually using this to play in the bigger scheme of things. And you can see year to date, Nvidia has been up by 188% year to date. Impressive, but the stock has really pulled back. It's now behind Apple as second most capitalized stock by market cap. And on also another negative note, OpenAI's losses seems to be widening. It's widening because OpenAI's business model has been very very capital intensive. The GPUs, the cloud infrastructure, also the manpower that is actually that has built ChatGPT to become the most the most revered and the most actually sought after AI model. There is actually another news, which is the winner of today that I'm going to expose. I'm going to talk about after this, but to an extent, if ChatGPT continue, OpenAI continue to actually have these losses, it's going to impact the likes of Microsoft that owns over 10% of this company. OpenAI, lest we forget, last few days we said OpenAI is going commercial. They actually want to change their structure to become a for profit organization. All of these moves will impact how OpenAI will continue to take much more losses. $1 billion in losses. Microsoft is already saying this is going to actually shave off some of their EPS, and they've already given the warning to the market. And you can see year to date, Microsoft has been down by about 15, was only up by about 15%. When you compare it to Apple that has done over 30%, you compare it to Nvidia that's done over 180%, you compare it to even the smaller AI plays like Palantir, they've done over 300%. So all of this lack of execution, the humongous cost structure of OpenAI, and the fact that Microsoft hasn't really been able to show that its co-pilot is going to really withstand the competition and is going to deliver revenue in spite of the large investment that Microsoft has sunk in into its own AI side of things. And on that note, we go to the winner of the day, which is the highlight for the hallmark of this update today. China's Deepseek AI has actually launched, and this is not just a launch just like any other one, because AI researchers in the industry are actually saying that DeepSeek AI is performing better than ChatGPT, which is the most sought after, the most revered, the most respected. Is doing better than Llama, Facebook's Meta Llama AI model, based on some parameters that have been tested. And adding to that, that's not even enough. Is that DeepSeek AI was able to achieve this with a fraction of the cost that the likes of OpenAI, the likes of Meta have sunk into their own AI. You can see they only spent about 5.58 million dollars to actually achieve this feat. And the model comes with about 671 billion parameters, which was just achieved within the training was just done within 2 months. It's a major challenge to the US move to dominate AI. Why is this very important? This is very important because the US has really sanctioned Chinese companies, some Chinese, technology companies from getting access to some of the most important or the most advanced AI chips made by Nvidia. Even the likes of Alibaba, the likes of Tencent, and the likes. Many of them they've not been able to bring up an AI model that will compete with the likes of ChatGPT or Meta Llama. But this time around, this DeepSeek from China as well is coming with this major positive note that everyone is now looking at China, that China is ready to compete with the US. 2025 will actually say a lot. It is not just a make or mar year for AI. it is the year that the likes of ChatGPT, OpenAI, the likes of Meta, the likes of Microsoft, and every other AI player actually have to show the workings. They have to show the revenue, and they also have to compete globally with the likes of Deepseek to get that share of model revenue, share of companies who are trying to deploy AI globally. Because if Deepseek is doing better than ChatGPT, are we saying the likes of the big corporations, the financial services companies, the construction, the likes of even Palantir? Palantir will never actually work with a Chinese company. Do they actually have an alliance that is going to work with the likes of OpenAI to compete with DeepSeek? That's yet to be seen, and that's why we are closing today's update on this note. Thank you so much for following us, watching us, subscribing to our channel. Please, if you have not yet subscribed, uh, this is a a plea that you should subscribe to us, follow us, put on your notification bell. We'll see you tomorrow. Is another trading day on Wall Street, and we believe that the market will actually shape up as we enter a new year in the next 48 or 24 hours, depending on where you are watching us from. Thank you so much. On that note, keep investing, keep growing. Thank you.